Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Oh, and welcome everyone. We are going to be in the quantum zone today as we are meeting with our higher self, our guides, and our soul team. My guest today is angel singer Susan Reis, and you may already be feeling a lightness and a frequency of love and joyful abundance. Hi, Susan.
Hi, welcome. Oh my goodness, you also might be feeling like your power center expanding. And this is really unique if you are not unique to you individually, but unique as a group, as a whole. If we are the ones expanding our power with this love, with this joy, with this light, I work with the earth angels, is what I call you. How amazing if we bring forth our gifts in the world and create the world we'd love to live in. So I'm very happy to announce I'm seeing our power centers expanded. That's power to give and power to receive also. That's cool. And
Can you share with us about the power centers themselves and what they are, how we can feel into them?
yeah, I'd love to. As I like to start all the time, especially many of you may not know me, is I open my mouth and these angel songs come through. So I think I'd like to start with that because it allows us to experience it in our own way, and then I'd be happy to tell you more about that. So I think I'll
Oh,
start with an angel song if that's all right.
oh, how lovely. Okay. And as we get started, I want to invite our audience on our Zoom call to raise your hand if you'd like to interact with Susan today and ask a question from the angels or to hear your angel song. Raise your hand in our participant box. Okay, thank you. So, Susan, go ahead, please.
Sure, I'm getting a little essential oils on. I just use them as a spiritual protector and uplifter and to get us grounded and being okay being here. And there's one thing I really want to share before I get going. I kind of channel and talk, and then the angel songs will come through in a second. But though this is so cool, everyone who's finding their way to this, whether it's now or in the future, have you felt like you have volunteered to be here on this planet at this time? To create a world that we would love to live in. Do you feel the tingles just as I say that, some of you? It's like we all, not maybe knowing, but our soul knew, like we had a choice. So for some, oh good, big confirmation. My angel wings are opening wide already. That means when you see my angel wings open wide like that, that means you also have the opportunity to share your gifts with the world, to give and to receive. That's what they show me when my angel wings open like this. You too. So here's a song for all of us. I never know what's going to come through. I just open up my mouth. I've been doing this for over 33 years. And get a sip of water and let this message is for all of us. And when we get into the angel readings, you'll see they're very individual. But for now, this is for all of us. So here we go. We are seeing you, not from your fears, not from your tears. We're seeing you from your heart. That's where you start, and you will feel the joy. You'll feel the joy, and you will find the simple ways to bring that joy into your days, into your life. Then you'll feel that everything's all right, and it will be as you feel this joyful energy. Kaya no mai hana, kaya no ma. Call on us for more to see. Kaya no mai. So the little light language at the end is reminding us to call on our highest guides, angels, source, God, as we understand, our higher selves, our soul teams, to remind us that they're available to help us with the joy, and we have the free will kind of stopping that from happening sometimes. So I always ask that I work with my highest guides and angels only for the highest good of all. And I give you my free will to co-create with me today. And what can I do to bring more joyful abundance, more joyful prosperity, more joyful love, more joyful possibilities into the world for myself, my family, and our world? Um, it's the only way we're going to get to the next stage is one of each of us individually feeling the joy self first. So this is a little different to answer your question about the power center because they showed me, and I had to wear this warrior necklace today. The people showing up at this particular call are very powerful. And you've also chosen to be here, and you're kind of going, oh crap. It's like, what am I up against? So this, I felt really drawn to share this transformation call at this time because we're going to be going into a lot more of that heavy duty stuff where you go, what did I sign up for, if you are aware that you chose to be here? And just by some of you hearing that, what, I chose to be here? Okay, if I chose to be here, my soul, my higher self, my higher teams are going to be with me. We're going to get through the tough stuff. We're going to fly through the tough stuff to the joyful stuff. And we really do that just moment by moment. And what joy can we find in the moment? And those of you that know me, I go way back to the Thessalonians in the Bible. I've got that written in my book, Five Sacred Minutes to Your Joyful Self book that I wrote many years ago, is be joyful always. Pray at all times. Give thanks in all circumstances. These are codes, these are activations, and I honor all religions. I love and honor all the good in all religions. So that's just one that really sums it up so simply. So if we can be joyful each moment, and not like woo, 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 or drinking or drugs or things like that, but we just got done with the activation earlier today in my class, and we were blissed. I mean, we were blissing out. And I didn't want it to end and go back into the 3D world of marketing and internet and things like that. So there's ways for us to transform our world, and there's ways for us to transform our lives, and there's ways for us to come into our power and not have to be afraid all the time. And I think that's what we're going to talk more about today and hear from the angels today. They like to come through with callers and with people and with questions.
Yes, and so we're going to ask our Zoom audience one more time to raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question from the angels. That is in the participants tab in the Zoom panel. It's really interesting as you were talking, because being in joy, but yet stepping in and changing, it's very interesting because some of us, when we have to let go of things in the past that maybe not be aligned anymore, we certainly don't want to hurt any hearts. And so what would you say about navigating that? I guess from a joyful perspective, we can let things go from the past. Any thoughts on that from the angels?
Yes. So I can always pull an angel card for more information as things come up as we talk. What I'm hearing right now is if you are self-full, not selfish, but seems selfish, self-full, you put yourself first. That means each day you're connected to your highest guides and angels. Each day you start before you get out of bed connecting with source, getting to be a blank slate, letting all the old go, kind of let go, let God, choosing what you want for your day from a blank slate of everything is always working out for me. You're going to have less and less and less of that occur. It's not going to be painful when all of a sudden your friend who you used to see once a month, the circumstances change. You know it's not that much fun to be with that friend anymore, and the circumstances change that it doesn't even come up because it doesn't make sense to get together anymore. But it's not from a hurting, oh, they're going to be hurt. It's from a organized consciousness based on your question of, what What's joyful for me today? So it's more, I'm going to slow this down so you really hear this, everyone. What's joyful for me today? Is it more joyful for me to have a problem with something falling away? Or is it more joyful for me to let it fall away with such love and light, and they're having joy and they're having fun and they're on their way and we still can see each other if we want? Or it's like the fifth dimension. It's all orchestrated for love and light and communication and come together and fall away and one big puzzle, and each piece of the puzzle, there's no need for any hurt in that. There's no need for hurt for yourself in that. And that comes from, I'm really, really big on asking questions. What would it take to have this day be more joyful than I can even ever imagine? So then something like that of a friend being hurt or you being hurt because of a friend wouldn't fall into that category of the vibration. Think of it as a radio station. And you just turned on the radio that says, everything's working out for me. It's going to be really fun today. Everything's going to be great for all involved, for all people involved in this situation. Then the miracles. Oh, that's the song you want to sing. That's the radio channel you're on. So, okay, we'll orchestrate this, and all of a sudden that person, different circumstances changed. You don't have pain, they don't have pain. It's a whole different radio station. Does that make sense?
Yes, and so, the question that pops up following this is creating healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries. How would you do that? What is a good example?
I like to share tools. And one of the most wonderful tools, those of you who have been following me for a while may have heard this before, but it's so simple and so important, so helpful. You can I'll write this down. What's right about this that I'm not getting? And what else is possible? So you're looking for the rightness. So if it's a boundary situation, what's right? Really kind of childlike and playful too. What's right about this that I'm not getting? And then maybe it's like there is an adjustment, and going forward you will change some things with boundaries or something, but it's a rightness, it's not a wrongness. It's a what's right about this that I'm not getting. Also, what happens when you say that is you could be on that radio channel, you could be going down that road that there's going to be a problem, there's going to be a problem, there's going to be a problem, there's going to be a problem. And then you go, wait a minute, what's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? You turn a different channel on, and it's the channel of this is possible, this is possible, this is possible, this is possible, that did not even exist before you asked the question. So see, we got to really get into how much we create our reality. Oh, my audio is really low. Okay, I'm up as high as it can be on this end. Can we adjust it on your end?
Oh, yeah, it is. I did have to turn you on a little bit or turn up my speakers a little bit to hear you.
Okay,
So,
is it better?
um, we'll keep talking.
Okay, so what radio channel? Basically, what are you going to choose today? You're going to choose to look at what's right about this that I'm not getting, or stay in the problem, problem, problem. No change. Okay, we're having some audio. Let me see.
Could, all right, we could go into the Zoom microphone, the little arrow next to the microphone, click that,
Okay,
and click audio settings
okay.
and see what that shows us. And we're doing this on the fly. Bear with us, everyone. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Mine are both up as far as they can go on the testing mic and testing speaker, and suppressing background noise that shouldn't affect anything. Um,
Change it to auto. What is it at now?
it's on low. Let's try auto. Any difference?
No. Okay. Well, headphones do work. And I'll try to be a little bit
Let me
further
see if this
away.
makes a difference. Because one time it did. When I do the music, I usually have to put this on. Let's see if that changed. Did that change anything? Any better?
No, and there was a little tiny high-pitched noise. So, we know that this is energy and we have to raise the frequency of the technology that we work with.
Yeah.
So,
Let's try this. I always ask my technology angel, can you hear me better?
Just a little bit better,
I'll
yes.
talk a lot louder and on purpose, but then we'll also ask that the angels of technology and communication assist us. I did some clearing before, but let's do some clearing now. You all are mighty, very powerful. Let's call, and this is a lesson for all of us that we can ask. What would it take to have clear communication, audio, and technology, and anything that doesn't allow that, we clear, 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 clear. So we call on our angels for communication and technology to assist us now. And then I'll try to talk a little louder too.
And I just want to say if there is any lowness in your levels, then please, you guys tell me how I'm speaking. I could always lower my voice a little, but headphones seem to help as well. Okay. All right.
Okay, we got good on this end coming in. We got, I can hear you both. I can hear you both. Some of you might just have to turn your volume up. I've been able to hear her fine all along. Sounds good. There, we cleared it.
You know this about technology is as we raise our vibration, the technology and the systems, the computers, if you never restart your computer, we have to restart our computer and it has to sync with us. It does work. We don't know how that works, but we've experienced so much that we just know this as truth. So thank you, everyone. Well, let's see. Yeah, I am louder, but I'm going to come back here and maybe just talk a little softer. See if we
And
can.
I can try to talk a little louder, but it looks like mine is good. We're getting a lot of sounds good. So, yay. Now that we have them all participating, who wants an angel song? This is how, now remember, it'll come through, your message will come through for you, but it'll be for everyone. So who just wants to raise their hand? It's very general. We don't get into any specifics, but it's a way for us all to hear from the angels. It's
All right,
not,
we're gonna go right to it. The first one is Christy. And raise your hand, go to the Zoom participants tab. And at the bottom of that, there's going to be a way that you can raise your hand. And I see Lise. So Lise, you're there you are. You did make it on the, okay. Christy, you can unmute yourself now. Hello.
Hello. Thank you both so much for taking my call. I would love to hear my angel song.
okay, Christy, the way we're going to do this is you can ask a question or you can just see what comes through. So, do you have a question or do you want to see what comes through?
I think I'd like to just see what comes through.
All right. Now, remember, this is going to be for everyone. I just shuffle my cards until there's a jumper. And we have, oh, perfect for a transformation, for a class on transformation. This is one of the lessons that wanted to come through loud and clear. And it's an interesting card that I pulled, reward yourself. Who would think that actually transforming to our fifth dimensional selves and higher can be so much fun? We think it's going to be struggle and hardship. So the card reward yourself. You've been giving a lot of yourself. This is for everyone. You've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistently high level. So that is a card. I'll show you. It looks like a little girl with angels.
Oh, I love it.
Really cute. And here's a message then coming through to give you more information about that, what they're trying to say to all of us.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm loving this because we're still in that third dimension that we're going to evolve or we're going to transform or it has to be hard. It has to be difficult. No, the path of joy is the path of least resistance. I'm going to say that again. The path of joy is the path of least resistance. All of you can receive that now. I feel the heart chakras opening just by me saying that. And here's the angel song. We see that you'll understand that this is child's play and we do hold your hand. You're playing in the sand and in the sand you create what gives you joy, what gives you joy. And that is how we do employ you all to be a playful joyful energy. For what more in your world does your world need to see but this playful, joyful energy? Kayanoma, hana, kayanoma, let it be with thee. Let it be with thee. Let us be the ones who go forth with joyful vibration. Let us be the ones who create the world we'd love to live in. Let us be the ones we are waiting for. And it happens that just like a kid in a sandbox, do I want to build this or do I want to build that? Did that make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You brought tears to my eyes. Thank you very much.
Especially with the card of we do so much giving and not receiving, we have to train ourselves to receive.
Right.
And Lauren did a beautiful show I caught the other day. It's been out for a while about, if you want to receive money, then give a little extra, and you had magic with the numbers, like give $1,100 or give 555. And, it's giving and receiving. It's also, but the receiving piece has to be there. And who can receive play today? We are so ingrained in the working hard and the working fast. I wonder, I'd like to everyone to raise your hand or put it in the chat if you can really get that, the importance of receiving and just playing and giving yourself that balance and that joy. Who's choosing that? Just do I am choosing to have that balance and that calmness and that joy and that fun. This is how we create a world of calm, balance, joy, and fun. Not by that speed we've been on. I'm choosing to have that balance in my life. I'm choosing. Choice comes first, then the action. So when you say I choose it, when you say it in a group like this, we're in a very powerful morphic field. When you say I choose this, it is created. I choose to have a life of joy and calm and fun. I choose to have balance. I'm choosing to have balance. I'm choosing to have yes, you are creating it right now. You're being witnessed. And once you're being witnessed, it is created even more powerfully. Once you write it down, it's like what Lauren knows this, 99% more effective to write things down, something like that, really crazy big number. When you say it out loud, it's effective. By another, I would say, it's amplified that much more. When you're witnessed and in a group like this, it's super powerful. I'm choosing to have fun. Yeah, okay, see all these choices in the world right now? Isn't that fun? Isn't that great? Why can't we create a world that way? Of course, there's no other way to create it. We can't keep going the way we've been going. We can't. All right. Who's next? Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps all over. Ooh.
I want to bring up a good point because there in our chat, there's a question that comes up that says it's challenging because I feel like we can be seen as a slacker if we're not working. And I want to share, this is very frequent in people who leave the matrix and they begin to work in their own business and do their own service work. There is a sense of guilt that might come in. Like if you go out and take care of yourself first, raise your vibration by playing with your dog or exercising. This was a big thing where if you're doing your own, it's a program that we have to release. It's so deep within ourselves that, we have to work. Working is what gets things done and brings in the income. And if we're not working, we're not bringing in the income and we're not getting things done. But actually, that is a falsehood because it's just a program within us. And so isn't that important to root out that program? Because in reality, if we go raise our vibration with joy and doing something that we love first, we can come back to our desk and achieve so much more. It's like a quantum leap in what we can achieve. What do you and the angels have to say on that?
Well, think of it this way. That's exactly right. If you are stressed and anxious and spinning, that's very yesterday. That's very 3D. That's so old. That's such an old broken paradigm. But many of us are still in it. Many of us are in this kind of 4D mental, everything kind of topsy-turvy back and forth stuff all the time right now. So what's going to create more? Staying in this constricted running, spinning, anxious. If you're a mirror, and you all know you're a mirror and a magnetizer to what you are feeling in here right now, what's going to be created? More of that, more of that, more of that. So if you stop, you lay down on the sand on the beach, you put your feet in the water, you breathe, you teach your body how to relax, you teach your body how to breathe, you let go and you let God. Feel that energy? That's what you're going to get more of. So which are you going to choose? So it's really, we're in a whole different pattern of retraining ourselves that is okay. It's not only okay, it's necessary. I always had a joke I call them Susanism. It's not a joke, it's a truth. It's one of Susan's truth. No, I'm gonna act on it myself more than I'm saying right here. You can tell when I'm channeling, and I'll tell you when it's Susan talking. This is Susan talking now. I kind of channel throughout the whole thing, but this is me talking. I said, I got to think of it now. Women, particularly women, are not wealthy because what women don't go to the spa because they're rich. They're rich because they go to the spa. So, right? So if you can get yourself for a massage and relax, you're training your body to receive. And then the magic can happen and the energy can flow and you'll know what love to give to the world. And in exchange, you're going to have that joy and love go out to the world. It's going to come back in finances if you want finances, love if you want love, more health if you want health. But it's from that relaxed, calm energy, right? And if you talk to enlightened millionaires, I work with a lot of people who have many millions of dollars, and enlightened ones will, when asked what's the number one thing they could share about energy for creating, and the one word, calm. They created in calm. Calm is also surrender and trusting, letting God. It's breaking out of those old worry and fear, energies that we're so used to, and going into, I can lay on the beach and trust, let go and let God, and create more that way than by 100 hours of stressing. Does this make sense? This landing for anybody? Okay. Yay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it is how we move in New Earth. It is how we create. It's magical. You know, if I just want to share a quick anecdote. When we go on trips, sacred journeys, the magic happens when there's no agenda. And because we're relaxed, you don't have a specific place to be. If you do have a place to be, there could be obstacles that get you there, and then we're all frustrated. But incredible magic happens when we're in that flow and outside of the boundaries of time. And that's actually how we can bend time, is with that vibration of calm, not looking at the clock. So it is magic. It makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine in our Zoom audience, you can unmute yourself. Hi.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, Susan. I love this. It's just giving me heart chills. If I may ask a question, and I'm going to use your words, Susan. What's right about Russell that I'm not getting, and what else is possible? Thank you.
So let's see. So you have a specific question about a specific person, and what's right about this that you're not getting. What else is possible? This is light language. Light language bypasses the thinking mind. Right now, the problem exists in the thinking because you only have a couple things to go by, which is the past. So here's a tool that we'll talk about in a second, but I'm going to do the angel song first. You want to destroy all judgments, decisions, conclusions. I'll go over this in a minute. Destroy all judgments, decisions, conclusions, projections, expectations, and significance about this person until you let go and it's a blank slate. And then you can make a choice of, I am so excited. I'm so grateful that this person is whole, healthy, and healed, or this person is whatever. So that is the tool. I'll go over that more in a minute, but let's hear from the angels. What's right about this that I'm not getting with a particular person? Now, remember, all of you receive, you can put in anything, a person, your health, money. What's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? I use this very, very effectively with when my son was suicidal. And I go, what's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? But I had to do that blank slate thing that I'm going to talk about more because it's so important to know. And these are tools for transformations we're talking about today. I waited for a jumper, so we just had a jumper. And let's see. Oops, we got a couple jumpers. We got 3. Oh, we have addressing you first. You have a gift with working with young people. I don't know if Russell's a young person, but this is addressing you. And your divine purpose involves help teaching and parenting children. And there's a desired outcome will occur very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it. And then new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So I'm going to pick one of these for the angels to address. And again, apply this to whatever situation you're dealing with, because it's crazy how accurate they can be. And you will get it. If you don't get this right away, it'll come to you in a very short period of time or a day or so. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Whatever you just asked for, you want to, again, we're going to talk about the blank slate. But in this, have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Blank slate. Click, clear. Okay, bypassing the thinking mind. Right now, you have a judgment on something. This is everyone. If there's a problem, there's a judgment, and the judgment can only be based from the thinking mind, and it can only be based from the past. Because you haven't created your future yet, and everything is now. So we destroy and uncreate all judgments, decisions. You decided, again, if there's a problem, this might be something good you're asking about, but it seems to be a problem. You decided there's a problem. I decided my son, if he was suicidal in the past, he would be suicidal again if he had an episode or acted up. So we destroy and uncreate all judgments. So it's blank slate, all decisions, all projections. If there was a problem before, there has to be a problem in the future. That's a projection, right? We destroy and uncreate all judgment, decisions, conclusions. We conclude there's got to be a problem again because there is a problem in the future. I mean, there was a problem before it. We conclude it's going to happen again. So we destroy and uncreate all judgments, decisions, conclusions, projections. We're projecting it's going to be a problem. And I just say significance, all significance. So when you might have to, I used to have to leave the room and do this just to be out of the space. And I would just sit there. I destroy all judgment, decision, conclusion, projection, expectation, and significance about my son being ill, basically. And then once you really feel like you settle into your body, and you can ask to connect to your highest guides and angels with this, ask for their assistance. They have nothing else to do but help us, and they love to do it. And so once you feel this, okay, once you feel calm and safe and supported, then you can say, what else is possible more amazing than I can even ever imagine? But you come from first, all the problems are destroyed and uncreated, blank slate. And what would be more amazing, or add a blessing, like, I am so grateful that this person is whole, healthy, and healed. Makes sense? So now let's hear from the angels. Azur. This is a group of angels, they're telling me. Your desired outcome will occur in a very near future. Now, this was a very broad answer to address the group, okay? So what I just talked about, receive how you will. But here we go. We see that when you understand that you create each moment with your thoughts, with your energy, with your feelings. Feel love for the person in question here. Feel joy no longer fear, and send the light, send the love, and we're here, we're here. Let's breathe that in. Let's take a deep breath in your nose. One more time, breathe in. Settle into the body. All right. Whew, hopefully that helped.
It did, Susan. Thank you.
Good, wonderful. Very powerful tool there. Want to transform. You transform from a blank slate energy. That's source. That's God's source universe as originally. Before we came up with the limitations, before we came up with all the problems. That's what we were. That's what we are. It's still what we are. So go there, go to that new, some people call it 0 point. You'll hear different things. I like to call it blank slate. And from that blank slate is where you start writing out your journey of what you'd like. Oh, I'm so excited I choose this. Or what would it take for this person to be whole, healthy, and healed, as an example. Okay? What are we doing?
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Let's go to Sophia. Sophia, your turn.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hi.
You can hear me. Oh, good. Yeah, well, all my life I was a singer and a song healer. And as I got older, I'm now 76, and I've spent many years taking care of my husband who passed away from dementia and various things. I just kind of put that aside. And now I find that I just don't seem to have the voice anymore. My voice doesn't seem to be available to me, and my breathing is not good either. It's contracted. And I just wonder, I put out 10 recordings earlier. I don't really have anything more to say, but I would like to be able to sing again and really enjoy it without it being a struggle. Any suggestions?
Oh, yeah, wonderful. So just when you were talking, I heard loud and clear, you can sing, you will sing. You're singing from, you won't be singing from the 3D ego self, where you're already, did you hear the judgment? I can't sing, my voice isn't as good, I can't breathe. You're going to be singing, when I do the light language, there's no ego there. I can't make that up. You know, you may be channeling light language, which for as a new way to communicate and share your gifts with the world. You don't have, there's no ego there. There can't be, because we can't even understand it unless I have the gift of interpretation. So when you sing, it's just a choice. You want to sing, you sing, but you have to sing without any judgment, especially self-judgment, because you're singing from your heart and soul. You want to, this is so funny. This is so funny. Now Susan's coming back in. You want to hear me sing. I can't sing. I can't sing. I mean, I judge it so bad. I can do a somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. But there's so much freaking judgment in that. But when I channel the angels, and that's what I see for you, Sophia. Even your name is so lovely. You're just a walking angel here on the planet. When you let that come through you, it's that perfectionism. It's not going to matter that your voice is perfect. It's going to come from your heart. When I open my mouth, so now we'll get your angel and I'll channel an angel. I can't give a thought to how I sound. I'd never be, I'd never do this with you guys in a million years. And I wouldn't have been able to help all the people I've helped in the last 33 years if I was in judgment. And judgment is a really, really, I call it a trickster energy. It'll stop us from things so fast. So what if it's all about just giving and receiving? And your songs, do you think the songs to a 3-year-old child, if you wrote a song from the heart that explained how they could be powerful in the world, you think they're going to care about how your voice sounds? No, they don't pick that up. They pick up your heart energy. So all of us giving and receiving, the entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalation and exhalation. Breathe in, breathe out. You know, I've been having people do that more. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. When you only exhale and give, or inhale and receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with
Hmm.
inhale, exhale, acceleration.
Mhm.
Let's breathe in.
Thank you. I have no visual of you now. I'd love to see this card. I don't know how to get you back.
Oh, you don't have a visual.
There
It'll
you
be
are.
on the recording.
There
Oh,
you are.
okay, here's the
Oh,
card. It looks like a kangaroo. It is a parrot and a kangaroo and an angel for those listening to the audio, but this will be available on YouTube at some point, I'm sure, to catch the recording. Okay,
I got a
let's
glimpse.
hear from this angel about giving and receiving. When you're using your voice for your soul purpose, you'll be totally out of that judgment piece. So let's hear how they say that. But you can imagine, I wouldn't be doing this live with you guys. No way. Not if it was me, ego, Susan ego. But it's not. I'm just the instrument, and I don't even have to be perfect. Right? Okay, here we go. We appreciate all of you who let go of your fears and feel at home. You're not alone. Gather now with others who will hear you and feel you and cheer you on. Gather now, for then you feel so strong and feel like you do belong. That is the gift of your song, to share the light and help others feel they belong. Sing your love song. Let's breathe in.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I had one teacher once tell me I should take a voice lesson. She was in the spirit. She was a sound therapist. So it's someone I just took a course from. And I couldn't do that because that would trip everything up for me. Because how could I second guess what just came through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody cares if that was perfect technically, right? Did anyone care? I didn't. You felt it. You felt the message. And you have that gift to give to the world with your songs. Keep us posted. I'd love to hear them.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sophia. All right. We're going to go to chat question and answers in our question box, but next we have Suzette. Suzette, hello. You can unmute and say hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Very good. This has been just fascinating. Every single message to everybody related to me today. And I really was going to ask a question that might have been answered, but maybe I'll just bring up what it was kind of about, and then I'd love a song or a message or whatever. But it was just about some family dynamics, and I'm on my own healing journey, and I really wanted to lean into all possible healing from my past, and especially with my family, right? And leaning in. And now one of my family members has a possible illness, and maybe I was leaning in more before I was ready, but yesterday I got so triggered, I just kind of removed myself from the group. But it really was around this giving receiving topic of I wrote it here, and you had said it, but it was like give, right? We give, and receiving is hard. but the whole dynamics around the giving and receiving, the what's right about this situation, and I think I just was most concerned that I'm being triggered and then the coming and going. So when we're healing ourselves, when we're being triggered, leaning back into something, I love the idea of the clean slate, but I just wonder if anything else you could enlighten me on in when you're triggered, how you pull back or what you do other than creating a blank slate, and do you heal more or you move back in, keep
I was
leaning in?
wondering when this would come up. I had one tool
Yesterday.
I'd be sharing today. And so this leads into it, kind of, sort of, but we'll see.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so this happened sort of overnight.
that's
It was
okay. I
just
don't
in
need
the
any
last few
details.
hours. Yeah.
It's the opportunity to share this tool. And the tool is interesting point of view. I have that point of view. And we're going to start with you, Suzette. And everyone receive this as you will. They're always for everyone. When you have an opinion about something, and usually opinion is something about a problem, opinion, judgment, you want to step back from it, even including that there's a problem. This is going to be hard. Not everyone's going to receive it right away. So hang with me a minute, and then we'll get the angel song to help. If there's a problem that you'd like to change, let's put it this way. You can write down, okay, so let's just say my family can't do something because, or I can't do something because I'm broken. I can't do this because I'm broken, or I'm healing, or I'm still a problem with me. Well, that in itself is an interesting point of view. It's not real. And how do you know it's not real? Because you step back as an observer, you see you as God, source, angels would see you. And then, and you go, and you basically ask yourself this question: would I choose that? As an infinite, multi-dimensional creator, would I choose that? Would I choose to be broken? No, of course you wouldn't. Once you know that, I call it a trickster energy. Once you know that you would not choose it, you know it's a lie. And a lie can be changed. So this is a simple way to change it. So you can use this for yourself if you feel like you're broken. None of us are broken. We're all mighty, mighty, masterful creatures. There's nothing to be healed. There's nobody broken. That's all trickster. That's all a lie, because none of us would choose it. So if you wouldn't choose it, it's like, ooh, what else is possible? What would I choose? So this tool, I love this one. I sit outside in the sun and I write this out, and it changes my life each and every time. So you get your paper and pen ready. We're going to do this. It's really good with, I can't do something because I can't do this because I don't have money. I can't do this because I'm broke. And I can't do this because I don't have help. Any because. So write down your because. So I can't do because my family. I can't do this because of my family. My family's screwed up. Whatever. Right. So we all write that down. We all got one. We all got several. And you can do this 100 times. Okay, so I can't have that because, and then you put interesting point of view. I have that point of view. I destroy and uncreate that. What else is possible? It's similar to the blank slate we did, but it's really getting it down to the nitty gritty. So if you go, I can't have a job I love because I'm scared. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. What a very, where I can stay with your topic, but I want to switch it up for others a little bit too, with money and health. All of it's a point of view. A point of view is here in the mind. It's based on the past. It's the same thing as blank slating that we were talking about. So when you write, and you want to do this, you want to write it at their minimum of 10 times. And when you get, and you keep, and you'll get layers and layers and layers. I can't have this family situation be absolutely fantastic because I'm still healing and they trigger me. You'll have some very definite ones to start. I don't feel good. They make me feel bad. I can't do this because I suck. You're going to get your basic ones out of the way. When you get down to about 5 or 10, you can hardly keep coming up with more interesting points of views, and you start laughing. You go, oh my God, you just start laughing. It's like I had all that made up in my system. I wouldn't choose any of it. None of it's real. And so you go, then you kind of destroy and uncreate it however you want. I use different tools from consciousness tools from the past, but you can just say, I destroy that. I'm not doing that anymore. If you can take a second and connect to how powerful you are as God's source creator right here, everything is possible that you choose that you'd like. You go, then this, you go, I can't have that because I'm too, I suck, I'm too this, I'm too that. It's always judgment. It's always I'm broken. It's always something. And then I destroy and uncreate that. What else is possible? Same thing, blank slate. But when you do that 10, 15 times in a row, you go, oh my gosh, I've been believing that this whole time. And all I had to say is, what else is possible? It's very powerful. I would really love to hear back from some of you if that actually do this and what changes happen in your life. It's the number one tool when I sit out. I like to sit outside for some reason and do this. But we can create our reality anything we want. It has nothing to do with anyone else ever, 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 ever. Okay, makes sense? Okay, angel song.
Yeah, so that's very interesting because it really was around when I speak, I'm not heard. So when I contribute or I say something, there's no feedback. Or if I give an opinion, it's not acknowledged. And too much of that.
Point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. I destroy and create that. What else is possible? Everyone hears me all the time. I talk from the heart and they love to connect to my heart. They hear me every single time I say something and they love it and I love them. This is fun. See? Two different seconds, two different beliefs, two different possibilities.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to add, I found it now from before when you were talking, was I've always had a mantra in life that said, if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. So I've always really lived that mantra that if I have to do something and it's not fun, I find a way to make it fun. Right. So whether it's mundane or I don't want to do it, I've been very good at that. But it's funny how when something that bothers you or is upsetting you emotionally, you can't pull fun into it. So I feel like you've brought the topic of fun into distress today. And I've never been able to even bring my idea of everything can be fun into problem solving, distressful, emotional stuff. So
So the shortcut is what's right about this that I'm not getting, but what works well is to pull yourself out of it as an observer and say, would I even choose this? No, heck no. I'm going to choose fun instead right now. So maybe they'll listen to you better if you're dancing in circles and singing songs. I don't know, but it's like, who cares? They're the mirror to you. You guys are all advanced enough who come to these programs. You know, everything's a mirror to you. You have more fun, they'll have more fun. You tell yourself the good things. Like everyone always loves to listen to me. I talk from my heart. It's an energy exchange. You know,
try that one.
There's some things that I could talk about in my classes about pulling energy that work really well too along those same lines. But for now, let's hear from the angels. Ariel, new psychic and spirit for everyone. Remember, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. I don't know if we just had that one again, but I love how they made me pull the card again that talks about point of view, the view. So let's hear about experience are changing the way you view the world. Isn't this amazing? Isn't this the most powerful thing you've ever heard in your life? That we can change our point of view about the world, not just ourselves. Oh, interesting point of view. I have that point of view that the world is a problem. Whoa, this is a big one for all of us to contemplate right now. What else? I destroy and uncreate that. What else is possible? I'm so excited and grateful. I look out the window and the beautiful trees and the fall is there and I get to rub my puppy and hug him and play. That's same energy in the same amount of time. Interesting point of view. This is how we're going to recreate our world. Are you going to look over there at the problems and be the vibrational frequency and mirror that and have more problems? You're going to look at the joy, be that joyful energy, be that, mirror that, and have that created in our world. Because there's plenty of bad stuff to look at. I am going to have more and more and more of these meetings, and I encourage every single person on this planet, every single person listening to these calls, I should say, to gather in communities, start a community, join a community, be in a community, because that's the last transformational thing I wanted to talk about today that was important for me to get out. It's hard to do this alone. It's hard to be reminded to know we can look at creating some new possibilities, new joyful possibilities, and to raise each other up and to support each other and to love each other through the dark moments where we forget, because the trickster energy gets really heavy. It's just a nice reminder of, is that even yours? You know, I have different tools I share about that. Is it even yours? How, if not, I have tools to share about how to transform that. We'll be doing some of them in the class. So I know we probably got to watch the time, but did I get one more angel song from this about point of view, and then maybe talk about I want to do the activation for sure. All right, one more angel song here. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow these gifts to open now. Okay, here we go. We are looking at your energy, and you are not alone. I know my own. You've held this inside yourselves for so very long. You came to change it, rearrange it, and feel strong. Feel you belong. Sing your song and shine the light. You know what does feel right. And there is no wrong. There's just a new energy and a new song. I know my heart, I know my. Help all feel they belong. Each of us should help each of us, and all of us feel that we belong here on this planet, and we're going to move things along a lot faster. Make sense?
I just want to say thank you very much. That was absolutely beautiful. And I love that a new energy and a new song. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, we're creating things that don't exist. It's hard to do, huh? It's hard to do it alone. Create new joyful possibilities that don't even exist. Even if those of you are putting out, sharing your gifts with the world and doing things like that online like this, you create from something new. You create something that didn't exist before. Look at what Lauren created in this sharing with the world. That didn't exist before she created it. So this is how we create the world anew, but from and that was a joyful energy. So Lauren, I'm sure you have something to share about joyful creations and how you see things changing in the world based by all that you do in the world. And so I feel that there's something you want to share to encourage people to help create our world anew.
It's really being in the heart and listening to the heart and getting in the flow. And we've talked about this, I know, with you earlier, that sometimes it feels like our mind is saying, no, 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 like we're at war with our mind. But really doing what we love, when we lose all sense of time and it comes so easy, it's like the easy things that come to us. That is a recipe for success. And you mentioned writing things down. Absolutely. Writing things down is, I like to also put a date on things, because when you go back and look at what you've written in the past, you can kind of give yourself a kick in the astral to say, uh-oh, it's been a couple of years or a couple of days or a couple of months or whatever marker that we need to show us that we have that idea. Now, where is that idea? What have we done to bring that idea into fruition? But it comes from, getting out in nature every day, connecting with the earth every day, and not worrying about, actually it's shifting from doing things for the money, like I have to create this because I need to make money, where it just begins with, what do you love to do? And just by doing what you love, I mean, if you love butterflies, that sounds so simple, right? Like, how in the world can you make money from butterflies? And then we're not doing it for the money, but we're doing it for the joy. And we just start doing something. And then there's ideas and inspiration that come from being in that vibration of joy and love. And then we put the tools together that allow us to collect money, collect revenue. In fact, I don't even like to use the word money, but allow that revenue exchange from doing what we love. So if you love dolphins, you can start a little dolphin tour if you're in a geographic location where there's water near you in the ocean. And even if you're not, you can still do things with dolphins etherically. So again, it just boils down to do what you love, start doing what you love, and the inspiration will come. Taking action steps and writing everything down, because that grounds your ideas onto paper and helps you move forward with it. So thank you. All right. Let's say, let's go to, I'm going to go to our Q&A box. All right. I've picked up a couple of questions about finances. And one thing I want to say is, remember everyone, we, the people, are the economy. We, the people, are the economy. If we remember this, then we'll start spending in our local economy, in our local groups, and hopefully that will help. And we've also played money games to raise our vibration. So here's Janice's question, Susan. Can you please see what's going on with my finances for me?
All right. So this is co-creation. Lauren's gonna jump in on this. I can feel it. So, and she sure knows her money stuff. So this is a treat if she's gonna share anything. So here we go. There was a power center leakage that happened just as that question was asked. It's coming. They're showing me the power center, which is around your belly. We kind of talked about that earlier, and they showed me a leak in the near future. So this person is actually letting go of your power. It's seeping out of you. And every time you try to take a step forward, it's seeping out of you. So it's about taking back your power no matter what. And click, 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 clear. Doing a little clearing for everybody. We are seeing you, believing that there's not the choices there. When you're empowered, you'll know you have such love to share. And that is when the money comes. When you're having all the fun, it will be there. With love and care, you will share no matter what. Okay, let me explain that. Now, this might be applicable to the group or specifically to the question. Opportunity to forgive is the card that came with it. So I'm going to give you one example, and this is only one. So the person asking the question, hang with me. It might come out more with the card for you. How do I explain this? If I didn't have the no matter what, my message became more important than my fear of being seen like this. My message became at one point more important than if my husband cared his opinion on if I should do this or not. I was in insurance before this. I mean, my husband was fine when he's an engineer. He's not woo woo. He thinks I'm woo woo. And we've been married 27 years. So but I had to be, and many of you, some of you need to hear this today. I had to be the one that said, to be so powerful, this is who I am. This is why I came here. This is the message I have to share, no matter what. If my husband doesn't love me the way I am, he can leave. He's always free to leave. And once I crossed, now it started with essential oils. He thought that was too woo woo. But when I started making $10,000 a month with him, it wasn't woo woo. He could care less, and now he loves them. There's some that he can't do a day without. So same thing when I went into this business. He doesn't have to be doing meditations with me, or he doesn't have to do that. He's always free to leave. I'm always free to leave. And I don't have to go hunt a deer with him either. Right? So somehow that was something about taking back my power. There was a time when I had to say, no matter what, I don't care. I don't care. My message to the world, my helping people, just like these meetings here now, just like the classes I've been teaching for several years, is more important than me letting someone else say anything. So now let's look at the forgive card too, because this plays into it from the person who asked the question or the group in as a whole. This situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Taking back your power is always the way to be empowered. You take back your power. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. So, when you forgive someone, you take the energy out of yourself. It's up to them to do. It has nothing to do with them. It never has. You take the energy out of yourself so that there's nothing affecting you anymore. They can do what they want to do. They can, so you don't even have to even say it. You don't have to say, I forgive you. It's an energetic thing. So, oh, you hate me? Cool. I love you. Oh, you want to cut my head off? Cool. I love you. Who cares? It's more of that. It's more about me. Oh, you want to tell me I'm stupid for being online and singing songs about angels? Cool. I love you. Goes right through you. That's kind of that energy, but let's continue. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. And if you want to, send them a whole bunch of love and white light and bless them and just 100,000 angels send to them. Have your angels and their angels work things out. Take it to a higher perspective. So I did a lot of different things in that. So, and you had the angel song to kind of start with that about what's more fun? What's more fun? And as far as the question about finances, this person, I don't know what name we got there. Who was it?
Janice.
Janice, you are so freaking powerful and amazing, and you are. Get about your business of doing what you came here to do on the planet, and let the rest just fall by the wayside. Do you guys feel that? Woohoo! And it's like they're giving me a spine. They're showing me a spine. Like, stand a little taller. You got this, girl. Stand up. Have some guts. Have some spine. You're a warrior, not a worrier. And you have so much love and joy and fun coming up for you. Hopefully that helped to make sense.
And it helps everyone. Yes, it does. Okay. So let's make time right now for the activation.
All right. So I like doing the activations later in the class like this, or our conversation, I should say, because we kind of talked about a lot and we brought stuff up to clear. So what all my programs and even all the things I have on a daily basis available for people, we clear out the garbage first and then we put in what we choose. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view, clear it out. Now I choose this. Everything I do is about that, getting you to that neutral blank slate so you can choose. So with this activation, I'm just using the crystal bowl today because it's super powerful. I did one of these this morning in my group calls, and oh my God, I was just melting. I was just blissed out for like a half an hour. I didn't want to come back to my computer or anything. I was just blissed out. So I let's see what's going to come through for the group here. I'm going to ask you all, I'm going to just turn on a frequency. I'm going to pull a card here. I'm going to tell you what it's going to be about. And I'm going to ask your permission to run this frequency through your energetic field. Now, if I do not have your permission, this is the time for you to leave this call. And if anyone who does not give me permission, there's some other things we need to talk about, like entities and demons and other things trying to stop you from doing something wonderful for yourself. So I'm assuming I have permission from everyone to run this frequency, but I'll read it and then you can just leave if it's not for you. If you feel or know or see a color, it'll be like a beautiful mother of pearl. Okay. This frequency is on a personal level for each and every one of you. It brings integration of experiences, activities, and understanding to your situations, to your questions, to your concerns. It also brings unity, balance, and flow. We were just talking about that, unity, balance, and flow. This frequency moves long-term habits, personality, and emotional structures as they relate to your soul evolution. So do I have everyone's permission to run this frequency? I'll read it again once I turn it on. Okay, so here we go. Changing our soul evolution to more joyful possibilities. How fun is that? So we ask that this frequency be turned on and run through our energetic fields and turn itself off when no longer needed. As we surround ourselves with the beautiful white light of new possibilities. These new possibilities are coming right in front of our noses. And a rose light is clearing out our thinking mind, filling it with divine love, soft, loving, rose-colored light. The violet flame is transmuting all those limiting beliefs, old patterns of dis-ease, old patterns of not trusting your highest guides and angels, not trusting God's source. Clear, 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 clear. So as we surround ourselves with the white light of new possibilities, a rose light of everything's in divine order, and the violet flame to transmute everything that's not in order. We ask that we work with our highest guides and angels only for the highest good of all, and we give you our free will to co-create with us today. Yummy and I am. We're going to run these frequencies. They're running even if you don't hear them. We're going to run them, continue to run them. They will turn themselves off when no longer needed. And we're going to feel a cocoon. We're going to take a whole white light, a cocoon of white light coming from crown source energy. Bring that over your body, cocooning you, cocooning you. Now push that down. Many of you are not grounded. So push that down past your hips, cocooning, cocooning, cocooning. A white light cocooning like a mummy, cocooning all the way down past your toes. Your feet are like vines going to the very core of Mother Earth. This cocoon is going right to the core of Mother Earth. Your feet are like vines, so they're going to wrap around the very core of Mother Earth, cocooning, 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 cocooning. Some of you may feel a new breeze, a new vortex energy coming up from Mother Earth. It's okay if you don't. Mother Earth is sending this liquid emerald healing green light into every cell of your body, every cell of your being, every cellular memory of your being and DNA. It's just this change is happening like Mother Nature, like a butterfly coming out. It's changing. You're transforming. You're transforming and transmuting with the violet flame anything that's not of service to you. Angel wings are opening. This is now, you're becoming this being that has so much to give in the world, creating new possibilities, new joy. So as we surround you with the white light, the rose light, and the violet light, we ask that we work with our highest guides and angels only for the highest good of all. You are grounded, connected, and protected, ready to go into the world to create more joyful possibilities. as this new being. The butterfly has flown. You are now here to bring beauty to the world, to bring joy to the world, to bring peace to the world, to bring calm. And you do that by bringing it to yourself first. And anything that doesn't allow that, we clear, 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 clear. I'm going to run this vibration one more time. Clearing out all interference from the throat chakra that's stopping you from sharing your gifts with the world. Clearing out the ear chakras. Many of you might come into new ways of understanding, new light language, new ways of being. Connected to your highest guides and angels. Now let's drop to our heart. Hands to your heart. Allow the divine source energy to come down, down, down your crown chakra to your heart. Allow this beautiful metamorphic liquid green transforming energy to come up from Mother Earth to your heart. Hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. One more. In and out. To activate the calmness within you. And it's with the calmness and balance you create your joyful abundance in all areas of your life. And so does so be it. And so does so be it. Amen, amen, amen. So be it. Amen. This energy will continue to run and make itself and until it's no longer needed. All righty, let's keep breathing. Let's see if we have time to open that up to any more angel songs or any comments or questions. You can put them in the chat.
Thank you so much for that. All right, I want to go to Linda's question in our Q&A box. Why or what does my awaiting soul tribe most want me to step forth with for the highest good of all?
Whatever gives you your greatest joy. Very simple. We can create 150 million things. There's unlimited possibilities. So why wouldn't we create the one that gives us our greatest joy first? Very direct and simple. And they're saying there's this trickster mind thing going, I don't know what gives you my greatest joy. And I'm saying, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So what would you do if you take all of money and concerns and everything else off the table? It's just what Lauren was saying before. Do what you love.
Yes, and sadly, we've been so beat up by the 3D world that oftentimes we're so numb, we don't remember what it is that brings us joy. So I would suggest make a list of 5 things that makes you laugh or that you love doing. 5 things. It's as simple as that. And also looking at what you did when you were 8 years old as a child. What did you love to do? For me, I loved walking around with my tape recorder, the little tape recorder, and interviewing people. So, it is playtime. So what did you do? You can make a list of this in your life. Okay, let's go to our next caller. This one is Susan. Susan, you can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, Susan. It's Susan.
If Susan is still there. Okay, sorry, Susan. We're going to move on. We have time for one more, and this is Destiny. Destiny, you can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I got a story to tell you already. I lost my phone earlier today and I was freaking out because I didn't have no way to get it and find it. And I was like, and I knew it was only between the library and myself, right? So my car and the library. And I was running all over, getting all frantic. And then this call came on. So I'm like, okay, I can't do anything else right now. I'm just gonna wait. And I opened up this call with you guys. And what she said was, she said that there's part of us that don't have trust in God, don't have trust in source. And I thought about it for a minute. And then I'm like dealing with like traumatized parts and inner children parts, and parts of me that really need to know that they can trust. So I got to thinking about it, and sure enough, I really was feeling that beneath my, within my subconscious, and didn't even know it. So when she brought that up, I just started bawling, because it was like, that message was for me. And just a little bit ago, I got my daughter, somebody texted my daughter and said they found my phone.
Yay! This is possible. Yay! So exciting. Wonderful. Well, thank you for so much for sharing. Do you have a question, or you just want to see what the angels?
Yeah, can we do something for whatever part of me doesn't trust the creator, doesn't trust the God of truth?
Yeah, so this came through in, I'm going to share some words, but the angels will say it a lot better. So maybe I'll, actually they want to do this, they want to do a specific angel. So I use these cards for specific angel. Maybe let's hear, I always get inklings and then they say it so much better. So let's have the angels say it first, and then I'll explain to you. All right. And one more purple from the purple deck. And okay. I'm going to say, so this is what I got for you first. So the angels are seeing you as they see you. We talked about that earlier. I don't know if you're here in the beginning, but they see you as this most amazing person, not the broken person. They see you as this huge light. They're also saying courage. So the courage card came up, and this is what it's about. It's different than you think. It's not about you having courage. They're acknowledging your courage for coming into the world and taking on everything that you've already taken on. Whoa, baby, you can feel that energy running. Everyone listen up here, because most of us earth angels have come and we've taken on all kinds of crap, whether it's a physical abuse, whether it's health issues, whether it's all this stuff, but we've taken it on to transmute it so that the world can get better and it can be kind of come out of existence. Some of you are masters at that. You've taken on so much crap. Loren's got her story. I've got my story, being raised in an alcoholic home with my dad beating up my mom for 12 years. And you all have your different stories, and far worse than that, some of you. And the ones that have taken on so much, let's just say you've taken on abuse. Well, you're clearing abuse so that it doesn't have to happen in the world anymore. You're transmuting it because we're Earth. Remember, we're Earth angels who volunteered to be here. So when we volunteered to be here, we say, I'll go help clean it up. You didn't know what you were in for, or none of us would be here. But your soul knew. So your soul is saying, oh my God, you had some courage. Okay. So you're being honored for, oh boy, you guys feel that goosebumps? You're being honored for the courageous you, the beautiful you, the wonderful you, the magnificent you. And that's what they want you to start seeing, is how powerful you are. And trust in that. Trust in you are already enough. You've done, the brokenness is done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Now you can walk from this day forward. They're saying from this moment forward, you can walk and learn all your lessons on the path of joy. You no longer have to learn them on the path of pain. Many of us had the belief system we had to learn from the path of pain. Something's happening right now, and it's shifting big time, and it's shifting again even this month. We no longer have to learn our lessons on the path of pain. We can learn on the path of joy. So, and that, how do you do that? You just ask. You had two cards, and this is a beautiful little, sweet little child angel with prayer hands. Just simple ask. What would it take for me to live a joyful life? Let God, source, universe fill in the blanks. What would it take for me to trust? Don't even let your thinking mind try to answer it. Just put the question out there. What would it take? Trust is basically, I surrender. I trust you. Whatever you want to do, I'm yours. I'm of service. I came here. I put up with the crap. I'm done with the crap. I'm going to learn. I'm going to have some fun now. And I trust that I can do that because I'm asking, what would it take to live a joyful, abundant life now and in the future? Okay.
Oh.
Right? So this little card says, ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is the free will that allows you to make your own choice and decisions. So we patiently await your request. So this free will thing, people just forget how simple it is to ask. So each and every day, I ask that I work with my highest guides and angels only for the highest good of all. And I give you my free will to co-create with me today. Before I go to bed, I ask for 100,000 million angels to protect the world. You know, I ask that if I travel throughout the night, that I work with my highest guides and angels only for the highest good of all, and that I wake up refreshed. That's really huge for some of you to hear. I say that almost every chance I get in every opportunity like this, because I've had so many people come back and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I could sleep. I woke up refreshed. When our souls decided to come here and help, we do it day and night, night and day, and we wake up exhausted sometimes. Okay?
Yeah, yes. I don't think I've actually slept a whole night in I don't even know how many years.
Yeah, so this is the night you're going to sleep, because before you go to sleep, you're going to ask that you work with your highest guides and angels only. When I say that, I say only because I don't want to deal with the heebie-jeebies or the other dimensions that are trying to cause havoc. So when I say I work with my highest guides and angels only, that means I mean it. I want to work with my highest guides and angels only, not any fourth dimensions or heebie-jeebies or demons or anything crazy like that. I don't have anything to do with them. I don't need to have anything to do with them. So you say it simply, I ask that I work with my highest guides and angels only for the highest good of all involved, and I give you my free will to co-create with me today. Before you go to sleep, I ask that I work with my highest guides and angels only. I'll gladly go work all night and bless and protect the world if I work with my highest guides and angels only and I wake up refreshed. Those two things are going to be life-changing for many of us earth angels.
That's good. I'm going to re-listen to this and write down all this
Right.
stuff.
So let's hear about asking. Asking is huge. I'm based off all the programs I taught for the last several years are based on asking, allowing that free will. Here we go. Ask. We see that you will be guided as you ask through each and every task, very gently now, with some joy and play, like a little child, asking in a gentle way, what can this day be that brings me joy? I wonder if I ask, will they now employ? Kayanoma, hana, kayanoma, this brings us joy. Ooh, there's a little tidbit in there I have to explain. Every time the angels say employ, that means money's coming. So money follows joy. So now, did you notice the gentleness? It's like, I wonder how much fun I can have today. I wonder how I can be of service today. I wonder, what would it take to have more joy today? Just childlike and curious and gentle.
Yeah, it lightened my heart for sure. It lightened up my heart and my inner child. I think my inner child was right here, just like bathing in it, because I felt like a peace come over my entire body. No, I'm so glad that I was glad to do this call. I didn't know what else to do, but I was freaking out. So I'm glad that
That's a case of what's right about this, that I'm not we're in action right away. So instead of going into all the problems with the phone, obviously you're in the morphic field of this somewhat, because that's how that works. Like if something like that happens, immediately we go into fear and trauma and drama instead of what's right about this that I'm not getting, what else is possible. Well, it allowed you to come to a class, give you some change in energy, and find your phone. That's the magic of that question.
oh my
Lots of
gosh.
those stories. I'll share them in some of my other groups. All right, since we're getting to be about that time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Destiny. All right, beautiful. Well, we have a moment left, and I want you to share ways that people can join your classes. I'm going to drop the special offer link right in our Zoom chat box. And of course, that special offer link is on the website at acoustichealth.com where you're watching this show. And wherever you're watching or listening to this program, you'll see that link in the description box. That is now in the Zoom chat. Check it out. And Susan, tell us what this is, because this is your class and it's the group setting that you offer. That's available on its own. And you also have a 21-day program and a personal group healing session as well. Tell us about this special offer. Thank you.
Yeah, so here's the thing, that you're going to have these 21 days of take out the garbage and put in what you want, kind of what we talked about all the time, and very different things like clearing sabotage, quantum jumping timelines. I'm not going to go into the whole list of them, but you're going to have a chance to clear out. You're going to have a little sound therapy. They're short, they're like 15-20 minutes, so you can do them really easy. And okay, today I'm feeling this. Okay, turn one on, just turn one on. And you'll hear, okay, we'll clear out the garbage here. It's a little leading question, and then then you're going to choose here, and then that's what your day's created as, what you choose. Ask what you choose, what you're choosing. So those you're going to have to play around with as you'd like. And then we're going to have a group call. I believe everyone who chooses it, yeah, we're going to have a live group call. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a healing call that I have already recorded. But I heard right before the class that we're going to have a live healing call on October 25th, because that's when there's an eclipse happening, a solar eclipse happening, and it's kind of towards Halloween time, and there's a huge pivotal energy happening there. There may be a lot of darkness coming up to have the light shine through. So that's a Tuesday. So I figured that's a really good time to have a live group call. So if you get any of the programs, you're going to have that. I also have another live call, which is the MEC class that's going to be shared. So that's going to be live. So you're going to, I believe, if you choose any program, you get the MEC call, right?
Yes, and that's an MEC, Mastery Empowerment course. Yes, on New Earth One Network. Beautiful.
So I knew you'd explain it better. So Mastery Empowerment course. So that'll be, I think it's around the 19th or something like that. So you're going to have 2 live calls with me. And then those of you who choose the private session, that's where tons of magic happens, and it happens really fast. And you get it. That's a half an hour session with me. You clear out your personal garbage. We create what you want. You get a sound therapy activation to play again and again and again. And it's like, boom, magic. Very cool. Very fun. Very fun. Lots of fun. Lots of clearing and lots of fun. So how's get better than that? That's another little tool. How's get better than that? You want to ask if things go good. If you find a penny, oh, how's get better than that? You'll get more. Just always in that how's it get better? More joy, more joy. And watch what's created when you're looking for the joyful things in life and not looking at the problems. That's how we create our world anew. Well, that's cool. So I think I'll end with one angel song for the group.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much, Susan.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So many beautiful gifts happen in co-creation. I can't tell you how grateful I am for Lauren and all she brings to the world and the space she holds for us to gather. I mean, I would have never met all you guys. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So we're getting thank yous to both of us. Wonderful. Here we go. When your world within yourself is changed to something else, something that you would love, and simply choose to laugh a lot, to laugh and play, to hug that child, your own child, in every way, then you will see the joy to be in all you think and feel and do. The joy is in you, and then shine, and your world will be created divine. Hayanoma, Hayanoma, it is time divine. So hug that child if you got it, hug that puppy if you got it, hug that inner child they were talking about there too. Give that child lots of love and lots of nurturing. Tell it it's safe to be in the world. It's safe to create with joy, and you're going to show that inner child how to do it each and every day. Counting your blessings, be joyful always, pray at all times, and give thanks in all circumstances. And if you remember that, our world will be created anew. And thank you, thank you, thank you for all of you doing your part. I adore you.
Thank you, Susan. Again, we invite our watchers and listeners to check out the special offer and work with you more deeply, even join in a personal session. This has been uplifting and inspiring, and we are in gratitude to you. Thank you, and thanks to the angels as well. And thank you, everyone, for connecting with your highest guides and angels. Our world is different from just this moment we spent today, and we are forever grateful to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.